Hi, this is a car rental system developed using Visual Basic with embedded database. So let me just show you guys how it works. So I've entered most of the details because it's going to take some time to enter all of those information manually, which should be entered actually when you rent a car. So here, that is the rate of a car. Okay, and we have the customer's ID there. The customer's ID is actually the customer's license number, and the invoice is invoice number 6. All of the customer's details are right in there, and here we have the car details. We have right here the receipt, and here this is the database where we enter all of the information. Okay, so what we just need to now do is enter how many days customer intend to rent the car for. Let's say about 10 days. All you just need to do is to click on the total and right there. Okay, that is the total there. Alright, so and right here the system also would have saved all of those information right into the database. So what I would do next is take you guys straight into the Visual Basic development environment, and I'll show you how to put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Hi and welcome to Visual Basic tutorial. This email I received from one of the viewers out there who would like me to develop a car rental information system in Visual Basic with database, and I believe he wants the following tables: car information, client information, rental information, and car maintenance. So let's go into Visual Basic and see what we can put together for this guy. Okay, we're now in Visual Basic 2010 now, so I'll click on new project, and there we go. So we select Windows Forms application. Let's give this application a name. We just call it car underscore rental underscore system right there, and click on OK. Okay, the form is ready, and I'll just define the size of my form right now. Let's go to the property, get the size in place. Okay, let's make the size of this form 1368 by 700. Okay, that's fine. Now the next thing I will do is let's import the database, but before that let me show you my database. Here is my database right there. So what the guy wants, he wants customer, renter details, vehicle, okay, and I've also included invoice. That's my database there. So those are the tables. So what I will do now is let's design a query. So those are the table I intend to use. Okay, and I'll just add all those information. Let's close that, add all of those information on here. So I'll be very fast with it. Okay, so let's double click on the customer details there. I need all of those attributes for the customer. Okay, that's for customer. So let's look at the invoice. We need the invoice ID. So I'm just gonna get that on board, and let's come in here, and rental details, I can get those here, but I might as well just double click on that, and the rented discounts and total cost. And here I already have the reg number, rental day, number of day. I have invoice mileage before, mileage after. Okay, Alright, what test do we need? Engine size, the style, year of registration, air condition, automatic, and we might need classic ID, description, and daily rate. So those we hopefully make up this query that I've just done. I'll be using this query for the entire database. So let's just save it. Right click, save, and we'll just call it car underscore rental. There, that is done. So let's minimize that. I will now come to database here, add new data source. Alright, make sure database is selected, click on next, and data set is selected, click on next again. Now I'm going to connect my database. Okay, change that to access database. Let's browse to where my database is, right there, and get rid of the admin. Let's test it if it works. Yeah, that's fine. Click on OK, and the next thing, click on next. This dialog, this dialog is actually asking you to confirm if you would like to save your database in the project folder. So I'm just going to click on OK. Yes, I intend to do that, so click on next. And right there, hopefully I have my table there we go, and click on finish. Before I click on finish, let's have a look at my table. Those are all the information I selected. Alright, so let's click on finish. Now the next thing is go back to the database, or you can call me, I think it's right here, data source. That's it right there, and here they are. Okay, so let's go back in here and select details. That is it right there. But before dragging details on board, I'm going to design my interface there. Now before adding my database, let's go straight into toolbox. Let's look for the group box. Yeah, I have one group box here, so I think I'm going to need a couple of those. So let's press down the control and just drag. So there's another one here, and one more here, one more here. Okay, so let's move all of, let's just take it up so that you guys can see it right there. Okay, stretch it this way, and I will then need a couple of, or maybe two more here. Let's get these two and just bring it here. Alright, and take this down. Let's increase this. Alright, rearrange the group box, then I will get back to you guys. Okay, for now this is how the group box look like. So I'm not satisfied with the way it looks, but I will take care of it. But one thing first, let's get rid of the names, and then so bring this down a little bit more. Okay, so let's go for our data. Okay, I'll select the details and just let's move the details here into the string, then we take care of the arrangement for each component. So there we have it all. Alright, most of the component here from here down here is got to do with the car, so I can always just select that and paste that right into one of these group box here. So let's do that. Bring this one down a little bit. This is for like all of this information is about car. Let's select here. Alright, bring this right into this group box. and all this other information here, that's to do with the customer. So bring those straight into the customer's details here. And I think there's more information about customer, so let's maybe move these somewhere for now. There's going to be a lot of reshuffling with this group box until I get it right the way I want. Okay, let's come here. This to do with customer. Alright, let's just move that for now. Yeah, I think day and so on. Yeah, that's to do with customer as well, number of days, invoice, and so on. I might have to add that to customer. So let's make more room for this customer information there. Then we rearrange the whole interface. Okay, let's come in here. I may have to invoice ID. Okay, let's give that to customer as well. Alright. Okay, we're getting somewhere, and now this might have to do with the car. This to do with the car. Let's move that up and just paste that somewhere here. Okay, for now nothing much is done, so I will rearrange a whole lot and just get back to you guys. Okay, this is how the form looks now. So what I intend to do to this very part of it, this plain part, let's enter a text box there, right here. That the very text box, we use this text box as our receipt or invoice. So let's come, or we can just do that here. Drop this down, select multi-line. Okay, that's fine. And here we need some, we're gonna need some buttons here. Let's come in here. I think I will go for about 6 of those, 6 buttons. Let's set the property of that very one first to maybe, let's go for something bold and make that about 12, and just copy it. Yeah, we need more of those. Maybe one more. Okay, let's just select it all and increase the size of this button. Okay, so those are my buttons. So the next thing is, let's enter as follows. For this very first button, let's call that BTN next, and the text value will be next, followed by BTN previous. Just enter previous there, and the variable name will be BTN previous. Then we have BTN first. BTN first. And the variable, the name, the text name will be first. That's first data, and BTN last. Okay, let's get the name set. Then let's reset the whole contents, BTN reset, and the text value will be reset. And why this one is BTN exit. Exit, text value is exit, and this is btn exit there. So those are all taken care of. Now before we can do anything, we need to now use this object here. Let me show it to you guys. And you see those objects. So the very first object we're going to be making use of is this very one. Okay, car rental binding source. So we need a car rental binding source. We need that very name. Copy that name, and you can just double click on next right there. Just enter. You can just see me right there, and this car rental binding source. Okay, I'll just paste what I've just copied. Dot move next. Okay, that's the first one. Then the next one, double click on previous. Let's move this down a little bit now. Double click on this and just enter me dot current binding source dot move previous. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and use it for first dot move first dot move first, followed by dot move last dot move last. Okay, so with the resets, I would need the names of all of these components right there to take care of the resets. So let's get the name of this very one. Come in here. What is the name of that one? Is customer text box. So we have customer text box there, and this one is title box. Okay, so I'll just do those two for you. Double click, paste that in there, dot clear there. So that's the first one. The second one, this one is title box. So let's come in here, title dot clear. Okay, let's check out another name. Another name there is first name, surname, and street. So come in here, just enter first name, dot clear, followed by surname dot clear. Okay, so that is for the reset button. So let's see other names. We have street, we have area, postcode, and license number. So let's go for street, clear. We have postcode, paste clear on it. And what else do we have? We have license number. So now that you guys get the idea how to clear the components, so I'll just speed that up. Okay guys, right here at the reset button, these are the lines of codes for the resets. Okay, have a good look at it. Okay, so the last one will be the exit. So here are the lines of code for the exit. So what will happen is when you click on exit, the system will actually prompt you to confirm if you want to exit the system. So let's give it a run and see how the whole system looks like. Alright, this is how the system look like. So if I click on exits, just like I said earlier on, that is it. But let's change this name to car rental. Okay, let's change that to car rental. Alright, and now that all of this is taken care of, supposing we want to save the system, even that's another thing. We may want to save whatever data that are entered into all of these components, so which means we need some more buttons right there. Create another button entirely, so let's just create 2 more buttons. So select all of these. I will have to reduce all of these, so let's reduce them. Yeah, that's fine. And just copy, and let's copy that. We have 2 more. Move this in, and this one will be for total and one will be for save. So let's change this to total, and this will become btn total. Okay, the one underneath that will become btn save, and change the text name to save right there. Okay, with the total we have to now carry out some calculations in there, but for the save, let's take care of the save function itself. So we just need to write some couple of lines of code for the save. Okay, for the save button, though we already have one save here, so if I double click on that, yeah, right there, so I can just copy those lines of code, or that very line of code, double click on this, and just right here. Okay, let's get rid of this first, because there was a code in there before, that's why we have that. Then we have the same problem with this very one. Let's get rid of that. Now let's try that again, so that each button have their own individual procedural areas. So double click on that. That is that for save. So those are the lines of code for save. That is taken care of. Now let's rearrange this group box. We're going to cut this off and move this up. That's about that. Let's paste this right here. Okay. Right, the next thing is to take care of the calculations. So what I intend to do is right here where we have this discount rate. Okay, let me just double click on the form load and make sure that discount rate is always 0. So come right in here, form load, the discount equals 0. Okay, now I can even delete this. Let's get rid of that, or whatever, we can still leave it there anyway. And we also need our discount to be 0 anytime we click on the reset button. So where is the reset button? Right here, and the discount is somewhere. Yeah, I think that is the discount. So clearing it, yeah, right there. Now number of days is there. So supposing we click on the discount, anytime we click on the discount, okay, anytime we click on it, we expect it to become empty so that we can enter data in it. Okay, let's see. No, we should use click events. That is wrong. Let's close that and let's change this to click events. Get rid of that. Let's cut that off. Let's change the event to click. Right there. Okay. Do that. There. Okay. Now let's run it again. Yeah, so when we click on this, that's it done. And number of dates, let's see total. So when we click on how many days rented as well, so that's the discount you get. That's a bit too much, right? Okay then, so let's see. Alright, we need to be able to clear this as well. Number of days, let's see, that was the name of that very component. Yeah, copy that, double click on here and clear it. There, that's cleared as well. Okay, for the total, so double click on the total, and here I've started actually working on the total. I'm gonna delete this and this is the same really, so depend on which of the variable I intend to use. I'll just leave it there. Okay, as you can see, here are my variables and these are the rates. Well, that's the daily rental rate for each call. Okay, now number of days is assigned to number of days variable, and that's one of the variable. But here are the variables that I've declared. They are all global variable: daily rates, days rates, number of day, and number of days and discount. Those are my variables there. So right in here, it's just a couple of lines of codes. So daily rate is £25.50, and number of days is assigned to variable number of days. Discount, whatever you enter in discount, is assigned to discount and is then added up in here. Okay, now if we look at this, I really don't have it here, so I can always copy that and just put that in here. Okay, and this can also be in here. That is it. So discount right here. So whatever is inside discounts is deducted and right in here. So that's fine. So for the discount, you can even change this discount rate. So let's change this to discount rate and do that. Discount rate and do again. That is that. And here, get rid of this. I prefer to use the discount rate. Yeah, done. Okay, so that is the calculation. So, but supposing the end user did not enter any value in here, that needs to be looked into as well. So let's say days, you can enter a day there. Discount rates, let's say it's 5. It can also be 0. Let's leave it at 0. And here, so we have 20 here. And just click on total. That is correct. Let's say the discount is 20. Let's see what will happen. That is correct. Okay, now the rest of this, all we just need to do is customer. Enter the customer details, maybe Mr. and whatever the customer's name is. Now straight daytime way. Okay, area, let's say Brent, postcode your license number. So let's say you have LM, that's your postcode, and when was it date issued. So let's come around here and say that's the date it was issued, November, whatever, that's it, and issued by one of the, let's say one of the EU. I just enter EU. Okay, does it have a condition? Now mileage. So mileage after, let's say this is the mileage after. Engine size, let's say 3.5 style. Okay, yeah, engine size, let's say 3 there. Style, a saloon, year. Okay, we already have the year here, so we can just put that in here as well. Okay, now class ID, description. If there's anything wrong with the car, we can always enter it there. Daily rate happens to be £25 plus. Okay, this can be 25. So here, this can be, you can just say none there and none here. And that's it. So all I just want the system to be able to do is when I click on save or like, all of those information generated here. Okay, and the other thing is I think we should be able to have a look at the database. So maybe we need to redesign this part of it. So let's see if the reset works. Alright, the reset works. 1, 2, 3, and this need to be reset. So let's come into reset, 4 of those. So we need the name of this, copy that, and we also need invoice. Okay, so come in here. There, we need invoice. Yeah. Dot clear. Now there's one more. I think this is the engine size. Let's reset that. Yeah. Okay. Now save that. Okay. There's one or two things we need to look into. You see this number of days, supposing is empty, and just number of days, supposing it's empty. So let's use an if statement there. If number of day dot text equals empty, then we need a message box there to do one or two things. And just say enter number of days, enter number of days. Okay, so that is that. That'll just be information, right there. Else carry out the following calculation. I'll just end it here. There, right there. Alright, so let's see if we run it. Let's say there's nothing in number of days. So we have data here, we have something here. There's nothing in number of days. Okay, that's good. So let's even ask it to set focus in number of days. So that'll be much better. Dot focus. Yeah, good. Alright, that is the calculation taken care of. So what else do we need? Alright, we need the receipt. We need the receipt, and we also need the database. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this off for now. Cut it off. Let's come into tools here and grab tab control. Enter tab control there. Just align it properly, and I'm going to change the back color of this tab control. Let's make that control dark, or just control right here. Change that to control there, and the text content, let's change that to receipt. One more, and this one will be, let's change this as well, control, and the text will be database. Okay, that's fine. And right here, let's paste that back in there. That's the receipts there. Okay, for the database, let's come in here and go back to data source here. Just grab this and dump it there. Let's try that again. Yeah, paste it right in here. Good. So we can use that to verify that our data has been updated depending on the car that is on loan. So that is fine. If I run it now, right here, those are the information for the cars that are on hire. So here, that's where the updates will surely take place. And here I just need the receipt. So what will be needed maybe will be the customer's name, the car that is rented. Alright, so let's see, let's take care of that now. And the system, yes, and just double click on total right underneath here. Now what's the name of this? Let's come in here. We need the name of this property. Right click on and get the property out. Yeah, oh, it has no name, so let's change it to txt receipt. There. Okay, double click on total and come right down here. Let's paste that in there. Dot, maybe append. Right, append text. Just enter car rental receipt. And maybe we can enter plus the new line, VB new line. Okay. Now the other information that we need, let's copy our command there and do that. Select this. We need as follows. We don't need the customer's name, first name, okay, plus we need name, dot text. Now we need, okay, new line. Then we need the surname, and this becomes surname. Okay, what about the car that is rented? Number, car rented. Get that as well. That's not valid. Copy this. Let's paste all of this information. Right there, and that'll be registration number. Okay, and let's just go for the course and so on, and finalize the, okay, we need number of days, and then you just discount and total so that we can end this program. So let me just copy all of this, paste that in there. Now we need number of days. Okay, let's start from here. Number of days. Was there any discount? And this will be total. Alright, so let's see, total. Let's come here and get the information we need. Alright, we need days, total. That's total there, change this to total. And this is discount. Discount, undo. Now we need number of days. Copy that, come down here, and number of days right here. Delete and paste there. So that should do for the receipt really. Let's just run it and see now. Right there we have the car that we're renting out, and we have here customer. Let's say yes, that's a customer, and that will be Mr. Name. Let's go for King or Kingsley. Let's go for Kingsley, and right here we can just call this guy, Kingsley, maybe Kingsley more straight, flood lane or floor lane. Okay, floor lane, that's fine. Area, so let's just call that Kilburn. Postcode, license number, date issue, so we can just change that to, yeah, that's fine. Alright, issued by UK. Air condition, yes, automatic. Mileage, alright, that's high mileage. Okay, maybe just change it to be too high. Yeah, and just why it was returned. Let's change this to 9. Okay, engine size 2 liter and style. Let's just see. Year 2016. Okay. Class. Let's say description on daily rates to £25 and day rate discount maybe 2, and here customer ID. Okay, customer ID, let's use that. Let's use the, yeah, we use the license and invoice that will be generated by us. Okay, so let's just say none in there. Let's say invoice 1, the first invoice for this guy, and that is it. So all I just need to do now is to click on the total, and right there, those are the information for the car rental. Okay guys, with that I'm gonna call it the end of this car rental tutorial. I suppose you all enjoy it. So you can also, just before I go, let's click on to on save. So we come in here and verify that it's been saved. Let's come right there. Yeah, you can see all of those information right here. Okay, Kingsley, have a look at that, saved right there on Kingsley. Alright, so with that I will call it the end of this tutorial. So bye for now.